Hey, can I get some of that energy y'all gave Anthony a little bit? Hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone. I know we're at a sales conference, but I'm gonna shift gears a little bit because I believe that what I'm about to talk about is important for all of you. How many of you are in here are married or in a serious relationship or engaged? Ooh, so serious, right? Ooh, let me talk about this. A lot of you, how many of you, first of all, are new agents? Okay, new agents. How many of you are full time? Not according to John. According to John. Okay, even if you part time, according to John. So if you are a new agent, you have dedicated and committed to being an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur, let me give you some statistics. Studies show that 43 to 48% of entrepreneurs get a divorce due to conflict, arguments, lack of commitment, lack of physical intimacy, cash flow problems. All of the things that come with entrepreneurship. Those same studies show that entrepreneurs who work and grow their business with their spouse or have similar or the same family or business personal goals are happier than those who don't. Does that sound about right? The importance of what I'm talking about is because the importance of this is when you are aligned and strengthened and have a pack that you can depend on. Your business is dependent on the distance it'll go. How deep your relationship is, how strong and sturdy it is, and how you understand, okay, my spouse is results driven or they're relationship driven. The importance of knowing that is going to take your business either forward or it's going to hold it back. You have to get on the same page with this. See, growing up, I didn't have the example. The closest thing I had to example was the Huxtables or the Bankses. Okay? See, my dad, he struggled with a drug addiction. And for when my dad, he was known as a functioning addict. So he could go to work, people wouldn't know. And then when he had his moments, my mom had to step up and be a married single parent. Okay? I didn't see the biblical definition of marriage being lived out. I had to create it. I had to look and seek people who are where I want to be and find out how to get there. And even the Huxtables and the Banks, they weren't even entrepreneurs. They had careers. So I didn't see entrepreneurship being lived out. I didn't see healthy and successful relationships being built out, being lived out. I had to develop and create that. So on November 11th, Anthony and I, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary. Give it up. 10 whole years, y'all. We made it a decade. And it was hard as hell, okay? But we made it, and we're still making it. But one thing we did learn a lot on this journey, in 8 of those 10 years, we've been working together. So we know a thing or two of telling people how to grow and develop their business with their spouse. When you don't understand that, those conversations, most of those conversations about business, and we're like, I don't want to hear about that. Because in the beginning, I resented the business because it was taking him away from me. It was taking us building our relationship. It was taking him being solely focused on that business that our relationship was put on the back burner. But had I known then what I know now, knowing that he's a results-driven person, I should have understood that. Because he knows where we want to go. He wants to take us as a family. The importance of getting your goals aligned, I can't stress the importance of it. I can't even put it in words. How many of you have discussed with your spouse what your goals are as an entrepreneur? Not as many people who are new entrepreneurs in here. Y'all see that? So the conversations, and over time, there's going to be conflict eventually if you don't get on the same page. All right? Lions run in packs, okay? Lions run in packs. For 18 or more years, most of us were trained and developed as zoo lions. As Anthony know, y'all know what the definition of a zoo lion and a jungle lion is by now. Most of us, we've been trained to learn to behave in a system and trained to be employees. And we think we're gonna walk into entrepreneurship and just be like, oh, okay, I'm a new entrepreneur now. I'm gonna get this thing going. Is that how it works? Cubs, from the moment they're born, they're trained to survive, how to stalk their prey, and how to execute. Lions, lionesses in here. Your job as a lion, jungle lion, lioness is to train entrepreneurs, these new agents, how to hunt, how to stalk their prey, and how to execute. If you're not doing that, your lions, your team, your pack will suffer. And they'll be right back at a job. But you can't want it more than they want it themselves. So I'm going to give you 5 tips that took us from one point to the next, and it's going to develop the power within the pack, okay? So the P, create priorities. Priorities. In our household, our priorities are God, marriage, family, and business. The moment that gets out of order, the whole thing crumbles and breaks. The moment the business becomes more important than your marriage, it's going to break down. The moment that your marriage becomes more important than God, it's going to break down. Okay? So what we do is we've created, this is a practical tip I want y'all to do, create 3 different email addresses. And you probably already have 3 different email addresses if you're in here. I want you to create 3 different email addresses and sync it with your spouse. 1 for personal, 1 for business, and 1 for family. Okay? And we have this on our phone. So we know when we have something scheduled for the family. We know when it's time for a date. We know when it's time for something for business. We know each other's schedule so that we know where we stand on that priorities list. If it's been months without having a date, I guarantee that most of y'all in here, how many of y'all went on a date last week? Wow. What? And you hesitate, like, you don't even know if it was a date. You don't even know. It's so important to date your spouse. When was the last time you looked them in the eye? When was the last time you put business down, or if you are in business together, talked about the goals for the business together, looking each other in the eye? If you're not doing that, what's holding you back? The next letter, O, organize the organization. Organize the organization, y'all. Who is over what? Whose lane is what? Who's over sales? Who's over service? Who's over HR? Who's over hiring and onboarding new team members? Who's over these things? Who's over media? Because we know social media, that's a whole nother job. So who's over that? Who is over what? If there were no lines on the freeway, no lines on the streets, no north or southbound, there will be collisions all day. So the importance of roles and responsibilities and knowing your lane is, we have to have this in an organization for structure. We come into entrepreneurship and we have no structure. How many of us in here have structure in our business, even if we are new entrepreneurs? Not as many hands people who in here are new entrepreneurs. That's a problem. How long do you plan on lasting? You plan on getting in here, making a little money, and then hopping on out? Because that's honestly some of the lifestyle of agents. That's just the truth. We hop in and then hop out. Yes, I am a licensed agent, so I know. Okay? Define the roles and responsibilities. In our organization, we put people in positions based on their strengths. We use DISC assessment. I'm a certified DISC consultant. So I thrive in a service position. I thrive in making sure that the customer experience is great. Anthony thrives in a sales position, making sure that the final decisions are great for the organization. He would not survive in a service position. Okay? Like the moment that he's trying to do service, you can tell that that's just not what he want to do. So we put you in position based on your strengths. And if you are not what you need to be in a new entrepreneur position, then we help you to see where you are and identify where you need to go. W, number 3, W, work. As hard as you're working on your business, working in your business, work on your relationship, your marriage. How much are you pouring into that thing? If you're not pouring into that as much as you are pouring into your business, I'm telling you, it's going to be like I was, like, I'm sacrificing. But I understood what I was sacrificing. The word says work wholeheartedly as if you're working unto the Lord. So how hard are you working with the person you made a commitment with? You didn't make a commitment to your business. You made a commitment to your marriage, to your spouse. We don't look at it that way. 4th thing, E. E, what is my E? Dang, I forgot my E for real. Hold on. What is my E? No, it's not eliminate excuses. Hold on. What's my E, y'all? Dang, nope. Evaluate risks and rewards. Evaluate risks and rewards. Not all of us have the same pain tolerance. You have to have a high pain tolerance to be an entrepreneur. The moment somebody put a bad review on you, are you breaking down and going in the corner and crying? Or are you stepping up and bossing up and going on to the next? All right, they said this. How can we adjust and make this better? What are the rewards if we do get this right? What are the rewards if we make this marriage and business work? Where can we take our family? What can our legacy look like? What is this going to look like if we just get our organization intact? Insurance has afforded us a lifestyle that we wouldn't have been living if we were at a regular job. It just wouldn't have. We've been able to travel. We've been able to take our kids places that we dreamed of when we were younger. Our oldest son said, Mama, Daddy, I don't want to see no gray water. I want to see blue water. And we took him to Puerto Rico. They were tired of Galveston. Like, no, let's go to Puerto Rico then. Shoot, get some blue water around here. But we were able to do that because of this new business that we started in insurance. If y'all do this right, y'all, you could reap some great rewards. R, relationship or results. Identify who you are. My husband is a results-driven entrepreneur. I'm a relationship-driven entrepreneur. How do we make those things work together? Put it on the calendar. Whatever gets scheduled gets done. If I'm bringing him more problems, if I say, hey, we need to go on a date, that's something else he has to figure out. What I need to do is, hey, we're going on a date. This is where we're going. This is what time I have it scheduled. I already got the reservations. Let's go. Bam. If you are wanting something, speak up and make it happen. Sometimes we sit back and wait for the other person to do something. But we have to get up and take action as well. So how many of us are going to create power within the pack? How many of us are going to operate differently in our marriage and business and our relationship? How many of us are going to create calendars that we can see for one another? We're going to create organization within the organization. How many of us want longevity in this industry? Because if you wanted longevity, you would apply some of these things. I hope you've applied something from each speaker up here today. I hope you've taken away something that's going to change. Everyone in here came for one thing, and I hope you came in here and got it. Whether it's from me, from Anthony, from John, from Sean, whoever was a speaker, Coach Burt, I hope you got that one thing that you came here looking for. Because this is not just about sales, this is your life. It's about getting serious about your life. Okay? That's all I got for y'all. Y'all have a good one.